Hi everyone, I am Praulika. My new ID is TN567. In this video, I am going to explain about fuzzy matching using Needleman-Wunsch algorithm. Firstly, they have given two sequences, sequence 1 and sequence 2. On this, we are going to do fuzzy matching using Needleman-Wunsch. Here, I have placed in my sequence 1 AGTCA over here in my table. My sequence 2, which is AGTCGA, I have placed over here. So, um, in Needleman-Wunsch algorithm, if there is a match, we are going to add 1. If there is mismatch, we are going to add -1. If there is gap, we are going to add -2 for the gap. So if we want to find a score at this particular row column, this is a element at A row and A column. We can find it using the score of diagonal element, left element to it, and the upper element to it. For the diagonal element, we are going to add the match or mismatch. Since it is of A row and A column, since there is a match, we are going to add +1 to the diagonal score. For score penalty, we are going to get the score at for left score, we are going to get the score over here and add the gap penalty. For upper score, we are going to get the score over here and add the gap penalty. By considering the above diagonal left and up scores, we are going to compare them and take the maximum value and place it as a score over here. So here, since there are no rows and no columns, I'm going to give 0 over here. So I'm going to calculate a score from here, A row and A column. For this element, there is no diagonal elements as well as upper elements. We only have left element. So I am going to calculate the scores over here by using the left elements. So left element is score is 0 and we are going to add a gap penalty -2 to it. So I'm going to first represent the scores as diagonal, left and right. So here we only have left element. So 0 - 2 is going to be, left element is 0 and gap penalty is -2. So the score is going to be -2 over here. Next also we don't have any upper elements or diagonal elements. So left element is -2 and add the gap penalty -2. Here the score is going to be -4. So left element is for the next element, which is of A row and teeth column. We don't have any upper or diagonal scores. So left element is -4. -4 minus 2 is going to be -6. The score is going to -6 over here. So here also we don't have any diagonal elements for A row and C column element and the upper element. So we only have left element. So the score is going to be -6 plus gap penalty, which is -2. -6 - 2 is going to be -8. Here the score is going to be -8 - 2, which is going to be -10. Here the score is going to be left score, which is -10 minus gap penalty, which is 2, which is going to be -12. Likewise, we are going to calculate the score over this column. Here, for this particular element, we don't have any diagonal element to it or left element to it. We only have upper element. So by using upper element, this is the score at up. So by using the upper element, we are going to calculate the score over this column. Upper element is 0 and we are going to add the gap penalty. 0 - 2 is -2. Next, for this element, we only have upper element, which is -2. -2 is -2 - 2 is going to be -4. Likewise, we are going to have -4. Upper element score -4 - 2 is going to be -6. Here it is going to be -6 - 2 is going to -8. -8 - 2 is going to be -10. Here, next we are going to A row and A column. We are going to calculate the score over here. Here we have diagonal element, left element and right element. So we are going to get the diagonal score, left element and up element score. So diagonal element score is going to be 0 since they are row is A and column is A, there is a match. So it's going to be 0 plus 1. It's going to be 1. Diagonal element score is going to be 1. Left element score, which is minus 2, which is going to be minus 4. Here, up element is score is minus 2, minus 2 going to minus 4. So in 1, minus 4, 1 is maximum element. So we are going to consider the maximum score and place it over here. So 1 is the score over here. Next, here it also has a diagonal element, left element and right element. Diagonal element score is minus 2 and there is a mismatch over here. AG doesn't matches with each other. So minus 2 minus 1 is going to minus 3. For left score, 1 minus 2 is going to be minus 1 over here. For up score, it's going to be minus 4 minus 4 minus 2, which is going to be minus 6 over here. So overall, here minus 1 is the maximum element. So we are going to place minus 1 over here. Next, we have a diagonal score, left element and right element score over here. Based on this, we are going to calculate the diagonal score. Diagonal score is going to be minus 4. A and T doesn't matches with each other. So minus 4 minus 1 is going to minus 5. Next, minus 1 minus 2 is going to be, for left, it's minus 1 minus 2 is going to minus 3. For here, minus 6 and minus 2 is going to minus 8. Overall, here minus 3 is the maximum element. So we are going to consider the score here. Here also, we are going to calculate the maximum score. Diagonal score, left score and right score for this element. So my diagonal score is minus 6 and AC doesn't matches with each other. So diagonal score is going to minus 7. Next, left score is going to be, here left score is minus 3, minus 2, which is going to be, left score is going to be minus 5. Next, right score is going to be minus 8, minus 2, which is going to be minus 10. So we are going to consider minus 5 over here. Likewise, we are going to calculate um, the score for every element in this table. Since we don't have much time, I have calculated the um, I have calculated the scores for the above table beforehand. So these are the scores which I have got after calculating diagonal score, left score and right score, and considering the maximum elements from here. So from the above table, we are going to consider the optimal path. Here, the diagonal path is going to be the optimal path. Here, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the optimal path. Based on the optimal path, we are going to calculate the optimal alignment score. So 3, 2, 4. So 3, 2, 4, and 3, 2, 1 is our optimal path. Here for 3, we can say A row and A column. So there is a match. Here there is a match. So we have added plus 1 over here. So for 2, we have added plus 1. So we have got 3 over here in this path. Next, for 2, G and C, there is a mismatch. So we have used gap penalty. So here we have a gap. So gap penalty -2 is also used over here. Next, for 4, there is a match. C row and C column, there is a match. So for match, we are going to add +1, right? I'm just copying pasting over here. Next, for 3, which is 3, 2, 4, and 3 is over here. T row and T column, there is a match. So we are going to add a +1 over here too, since there is a match. For 2, 0 and G column, there is a match. So we are going to add +1 over here too. For 1, A row and A column, there is a match over here. We are going to add +1 over here too. So based on the above, we are going to calculate the optimum alignment score. Optimum alignment score is you can calculate it based on the matches and gap values. We are going to do match minus gap, which is we have 5 matches over here. So matches count is 4, 5. Since we have 5 matches, so matches count is 5 minus gap, which is 2. So our optimal alignment score is 3 for the given sequence of elements. For this, we are going to also perform a sequence alignment. So to perform the sequence alignment, we are going to get the sequences. Our sequence 1 is AGTCA, TCA, and our sequence 2 is, sorry, sequence 2 is here we are in our sequence A matches with the first character of the sequence 1, and our second character in sequence 2, which is G, also matches with the second character of our first sequence, and our third character, which is T, also matches with the third character. Next, our fourth character C also matches with the fourth character, but here we have a G which doesn't matches with the character here. So we are going to have a gap over here after C. Here also in while finding optimal path, here 3, after 3 we have a diagonal element 2, but we are not going diagonally from 2 over here. We are going to the left of 2. So there is a gap after C over here. So in sequence 1, there is going to be a gap over here since there is no G present in sequence 1. Next, for G, there is going to be a gap in sequence 1. And next element, we are going to compare next element in sequence 2, which is A. So both are matched. So there is no gap here. So here we have a gap. So this is the sequence. After performing optimal alignment score, finding the optimal alignment path, we have got the sequence alignment with a gap over here in sequence 1, and this is the optimum alignment score. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.